Parents, when did your child's partner win you over? I never expected to like Damon. When Ellie first brought him home, I saw only red flags, the tattoos crawling up his neck, that motorcycle helmet tucked under his arm, and a smile that seemed too practiced. My husband Rick squeezed my hand under the dinner table as if to say, give him a chance. But I couldn't see past what I'd already decided. Ellie had always been our sensible one. President of her debate club, full scholarship to college, and then law school. When she called to say she was dating a mechanic she'd met when her car broke down, I immediately suspected some kind of rebellion. At 26, wasn't she past that phase? He fixes vintage motorcycles, Mom, she explained over the phone. He's an artist with engines. That first dinner was awkward. Damon called me ma'am too many times, and I corrected him each time with a curt, "It's Sandra." I asked pointed questions about his career prospects, while Rick tried to smooth things over with talk about baseball. Ellie texted me afterward, "You didn't even try, Mom." She was right, I hadn't. For 6 months, I endured his presence at family gatherings, maintaining a cold politeness that Ellie saw right through. Rick kept telling me, he makes her happy. Isn't that what matters? But I worried about their different backgrounds, about financial stability, about whether he could keep up with our brilliant daughter intellectually. Then came the night that changed everything. Rick was away on business, and I was home alone when the bathroom pipe burst at 1 a.m. Water cascaded through the ceiling, flooding the kitchen. In a panic, I called Ellie, forgetting the time. "Mom, what's wrong?" Her voice was thick with sleep. "The house is flooding," I cried, standing in 2 inches of water. "I shut off the main valve, but we're coming over," she said immediately. 20 minutes later, headlights swept across my front window. But it wasn't Ellie who walked through my door first. It was Damon, toolbox in hand, wearing sweatpants and a faded t-shirt. "Where's the problem, Sandra?" "No, ma'am, this time. Just purpose." I led him upstairs, apologizing for the hour, for the mess, for disturbing them. "Don't worry about it," he said, already examining the burst pipe. "Family helps family." While Ellie helped me move valuables and mop up water, Damon worked upstairs. I heard occasional clanging, a few muttered curses, and then the blessed sound of water no longer dripping. An hour later, he came downstairs, wet and tired but smiling. "Fixed it for now. It'll hold until morning when we can get proper parts." "We?" I asked. "I'll come back tomorrow. This old house needs copper repiping in that section." He didn't just come back the next day. He spent the entire weekend replacing pipes, refusing to let me call a plumber. "Why pay someone when I can do it better?" he'd said with that same smile I once thought was too practiced. Now I could see it was genuine confidence. While he worked, we talked, really talked, about his childhood and foster care, about rebuilding his first motorcycle at 15, about meeting Ellie and feeling intimidated by her education, but loving how she never made him feel less than. "I'm not good with words like she is," he admitted, hands busy with copper pipes. "But I'm good with my hands. I can build things that last." Looking at his careful work, I realized that's exactly what he was doing with my daughter, building something to last. 6 months later, when Ellie called to tell me they were engaged, I felt none of the dread I once expected. Instead, I found myself saying, "He's a good man, honey. You chose well." Last week at their wedding, Damon hugged me before the ceremony. "Thank you for trusting me with her," he whispered. "Thank you for that burst pipe," I replied, making him laugh.